I will make you $20,000 per month in junk removal in 90 days if you just watch this video. What's up, guys? I'm Andrew. I'm a serial entrepreneur, a software engineer, and an ex-junk removal business owner. I started a junk removal business as a stepping stone to return to my passion of technology and apps. I invite you guys to stick around, hang out, follow me on my journey from recently selling my junk removal business to building a billion-dollar home services app to compete with House Call Pro, Jobber, all those guys, called Autopilot, which is coming into beta very soon. I am hosting a live virtual event again. If you missed the first one, we had 700 people live. It was incredible, and I announced the software that I'm working on, Autopilot. We are finally going to be launching to the public October 26th. Louis Vandervolk of Blue Crocus Solutions is giving away another $5,000 website. Matt Fitch of Junk Blitz Pro is giving away a $5,000 website. I'm giving away a $10,000 dump trailer and many more things. This is going to be the public launch of Autopilot. I'm gonna have so many more surprises. There's gonna be so much stuff I'm gonna give away. If you guys want to attend the live virtual event, please click the link in the video description to register for the live virtual event. As a side note, if you guys are interested in beta testing, check the video description down below. Beta testing will be going live this summer. If you don't know about Matt and JoJo's event, the Junk Expo, Matt and JoJo are hosting a in-person event in Sonoma County, California. It's gonna be awesome. There's gonna be a lot of speakers. I'm gonna be speaking, Xavier's gonna be speaking, Matt Fitch is gonna be speaking, Denise Sparks. An incredible speaker lineup is gonna be there. I know they are having some giveaways. It's gonna be the biggest junk removal event expo on the West Coast. That event is October 25th, and I hope to see you guys there. Please go get your tickets from Matt and JoJo. Go to their channel. I'll put their phone number right here if you want to get a ticket. I know there's only a few tickets left. It's going to be sold out quick. I think the event can only hold 200 to 250 people. So if you guys want to go to this event, get a hold of Matt and JoJo at this number here. I want to do something special for you guys. I'm really excited to be working with Levi, and I think this is going to be an awesome experience for you guys, and you guys can watch it on Levi's channel here. Please go subscribe to him and follow the Jedi Junk Removal SEO Build in Public series. Let's talk about junk removal first. I see this a lot. Make $1,000 a day, make $20,000 per month. There's a lot of people out there now talking about this. I mean, it's very, very possible. However, the landscape has changed just a little bit because of the competition. If you just follow these steps, you will make $20,000 a month, guaranteed. And we're gonna take kind of an interesting approach because Google Ads changed. It's not as easy anymore. Google Local Service, Google Guaranteed has changed. It's gonna be very what you probably expect, but we're really gonna tackle this in a brute force way. So this video is for those of you who are willing to get your hands dirty, work hard, and put in the work. Because if you do what I'm about to tell you, you will undoubtedly succeed. And if you're on the truck, you're gonna be at 50% or better of margins, right? Because you're on the truck doing the labor, you're the one on the phones, you're the one doing everything. You could even have a full-time employee and you'd still profit 10 grand per month, 50% margins. Depending on how often you have an employee with you, you might be 60% margins or 40% margins. So if your margins are a little better, you might be making 12,000 profit. For the sake of this video, 50% margins, most likely, if you're doing 20,000 gross and you're still in the truck. Now, to do $20,000 per month in junk removal, let's start with something we all have probably heard of, reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is something you do a lot in tech world, programming and whatnot. You kind of take the end goal and you just work backwards, right? And it could be whatever goal. You just kind of think it out backwards from the top. So we're gonna start from the top of $20,000 a month. And I'm going to give you guys some hard numbers, hard data of accurate numbers. The national average job size used to be around 350 bucks, probably 4 or 5 years ago. It is now around 400. I see a lot of people in the Facebook group, sometimes their average job size is 300 and other people, sometimes it's 500. Some months are 600 because you just crushed it that month. You had some really big jobs, but the national average job size is 400. You should shoot for 400 and you get an average job size of 400 by having your prices priced competitively with the top dogs. Like if you have low prices, you're gonna have a low average job size. And that is something that is very hard to do in the beginning. I understand you might not be able to achieve a $500 average job size until you look like a $500 average job size company. Fully wrapped truck or giant decals, uniform, you pull up looking good. And you could do this with just a normal truck and a badass trailer. You could still look like the real deal. You know, you don't have to have a dump truck, but you just present yourself that way and you can charge that much. Now, I understand in the beginning, it is harder to charge that much because you're probably using shittier lead sources. Craigslist is generally cheaper. Thumbtack is gonna be cheaper people. Yelp is gonna be cheaper people. But yard signs, those aren't really cheaper people. They're not gonna nickel and dime you because the lead isn't being sold to multiple people. Anyways, reverse engineer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take $20,000 and we're gonna take the national average of 400. Divided by 400, we get 50 jobs. We now know we need 50 jobs at an average job size of 400. You get your average job size at the end of the month. You don't do it by the day, you don't do it by the week, you do it by the month. You take all your jobs and you divide it by how much you made. That'll give you your average job size. So that's 50 jobs per month. That's 12-ish, 13-ish jobs a week. Now we're not gonna break that down by day because it's just not how junk removal works. Junk removal doesn't even work by week. It kind of is such an ebb and flow business. I don't tally anything up, only by month. I don't care about previous week, previous 2 weeks, previous 3 weeks. I only care about previous month. So the goal is 50 in a month. How do we get that many jobs? And we're gonna go over what I think is the quickest way to achieving this. And that's the whole thing, is I'm gonna tell you the quickest way to get to 20,000 per month today, right now. Also, what you should be doing to protect yourself long-term. Now, at $500 average job size, that's only 40 jobs a month. So you can see where this average job size is really important. But at the end of the day, this fucking average job size, you wanna shoot for a higher average job size, but that's the number we have, that's the number we're working with. That's all we really need to reverse engineer. There's not much more we need to do. Another thing before we dive into this is a very common question I get, and we're gonna talk about overthinking. Procrastination, overthinking, analysis paralysis, whatever you want to call it. You'll get caught up in all the, do I rent? Do I do this? Do your research, yeah, but don't get caught up on this. What trailer do I get? What size? There's plenty of videos out there. If it was me, start with whatever you have. If you don't have anything, just try to job stack and rent a truck from Home Depot, U-Haul, or whatever. Then eventually you want to get a 6x12x4 trailer, okay, dump trailer, right? At only like $5 grand, $6 grand. You could finance them for $150 a month. That's the simplest way. That's what I recommend. Truck, dump trailer, don't go too big. Sometimes they advertise them 8x12 because they do the width from tire to tire, but really the internal dimensions of the dump trailer is 6x12x4, which is a 10.66 cubic yard trailer, almost 11 cubic yards. That's what I recommend. Now, overthinking, guys. Pricing, what do I start with? What do I get? Shut the fuck up, okay? I get it, I was the same way. My pricing sheet video is here. Pricing is frustrating, I get it, it's hard. But at the end of the day, guys, you're charging by how much space they use up in your truck. Download my pricing sheet, adjust the prices, whatever, to your competitors' prices, match their prices, who cares? Figure out what your dump fees cost. Just make sure your dump fees are lower than your full load price. You'll be fine. Now, can you do more than? Absolutely. There's upselling, there's extra fees, there's overcharges. You gotta be very careful with heavy material. There's a lot of other random stuff, but at the end of the day, guys, 99% of the things you're picking up is gonna be furniture and trash. You're gonna get some construction debris, you're gonna get some tile, you're gonna get some dirt. Avoid all the heavy shit for now. You'll lose money on those, I promise you. Avoid concrete, dirt, tile. Construction debris is fine because it's just like wood and shit, and just charge a little extra for that. But stop worrying about the logistics of pricing and this and that. Get to work. I'm not trying to be rude. I hate to say this, guys. This is a business that makes really good money. Running operations as a business is the hard part. Picking up trash is the easy part. Growing and scaling and running it and HR and being a leader and being a good boss, that is the hard stuff. I have plenty of videos talking about pricing and all that stuff. You can watch all that later, but this video is meant to you guys hit the ground running and make 20K, because I know you're here because you're trying to find out how you can quit your job most likely and start a side hustle and turn it into a main hustle and maybe do this and grow it into something. If you're doing this part-time and you're doing it on the side, just don't worry about it. That's reverse engineering and that's overthinking. I just wanted to cover those so that we can lay the groundwork. To get to 20K, guys, we got 5 steps here. The 5 steps that we're gonna go over are going to be business setup, lead generation, sales, donate, scrap, and resell. And then step 5 is take action. Very simple. I don't want to dive too deep into it. I have this 2.5-hour video here that covers all of step one. One thing I want you guys to know is you can skip this step. Register an LLC, get your EIN number, set up a bank account, get listed on Google Business Profile, get listed with Yelp, build a 100-page website, tell 20 of your friends to leave a review, both on your Google Business Profile and on your Yelp, get the credit card machine, order your business cards, get your pricing sheet, get your flyers, get your shirts, get your hats, and set up general liability insurance. This is your general business setup. You know, what you want to do before you hit the ground running. But for the action takers out there, you don't need any of this. If you need money now and you're hurting, you can skip this. If you have a job and you're fine, don't skip this step. Lead generation, sales, donate, scrap and resell, and taking action, you could fucking start making 10K a month gross and skipping step one. Now, would it be stupid? Yeah, you're losing your branding, you're not getting any SEO, you're not getting any reviews, you're not branded in your professional suit, you're gonna have a hard time getting repeats and referrals because you're not gonna be able to hand out business cards and flyers with a 10% referral or repeat if they come back, you give them a little 10%, so you're not gonna be able to leave a yard sign in their yard. There's a lot of things that you're gonna not be able to do if you skip step one, the business setup side of things. If you guys wanna go over the business setup side of things, go watch the 2.5-hour video here. But at the end of the day, guys, you can do all this in a week if you're a gangster. But let's talk about the most important step, which is lead generation. This is what inspired me to make this video, because I get hit up all the time. Andrew, what do? I need to make money. Is it too competitive? How do I compete? It's oversaturated. I'm not getting leads. Google ads are tough. I'm losing my money. We all have the same marketing streams. We have all the same digital lead sources. And then you have the guerrilla, creative, offline, and of course, networking. Networking is very powerful. Some people are just very good at talking and networking and building relationships, their charisma and charm, and that's gonna set that person apart. But it doesn't mean you should not be a networker and work on your networking and your charm, and we'll talk about that later. But I had to really think, what are actionable steps that you could take, like right now, to really, really get business and get to that 20K goal while you're working on, you know, preparing to do Google ads and saving up money and getting your SEO started, hiring an SEO company. There's all these long-term foundational things that you want to eventually get going, but you just can't right now. It's not feasible to run Google ads because it's too expensive, and paying an SEO company $1,000 to $2,000 a month, that's not gonna get you money for another 90 days minimum, sometimes 6 months, and you're spending $2 grand a month, 24 grand in by month 6. So we're gonna talk about lead generation, and we're gonna talk about hitting it hard to get you to 20K. It's gonna sound obvious. It's gonna you're gonna be like, what? But hear me out. We're gonna talk about offline and online for lead generation. Let's talk about offline first. The most obvious one is yard signs. Use zmarketing.com, use the link down below, guys. It's an affiliate link. You get like a couple bucks and they pat me on the back, right? Yard signs are the quickest, most effective way. The end. It's like 250 bucks for 100 yard signs from UZ Marketing. But if you want the stakes to put into the ground, it's like 350 bucks for those 100 yard signs. And it gets cheaper the more you order. So it got me thinking, this is what I would do. Tactic number one, we'll just call it brute force. Like in tech world hacking, brute force is where you brute force crack a password, where you get an app or you would code a script that would just constantly try every possible combination in the world. Now, I'm applying the brute force technique here with yard signs. So to make this more affordable, first of all, make sure you order them unbranded. Look at my unbranded signs here. Black, text only, and a phone number, a tracking number. So if your city is a little more strict, the sheriff can't track you down, they can't Google your phone number, just says junk removal. So do unbranded signs, and then get 100 branded signs too. If you have the bankroll, get 100 branded signs that you can leave in customers' yards. Those ones can be branded, still have a tracking number so you know they're coming from yard signs. Now, I usually tell people to start with 100 yard signs, 200 yard signs, but I've decided I've changed my mind. If you're gonna take this business serious, even as a side hustle, save up $2 grand, order yard signs. You could rent the truck, you could borrow a truck, you can go to Home Depot and get it for fucking $20, you can go to U-Haul. If you have a truck, great. I don't know how much, 1,000 yard signs, I think the price will drop down to like $2. So you're gonna have to order 500 with 500 stakes, because you can't order 1,000 yard signs and then ask for only 500 stakes. For some reason, you have to match the stakes. So maybe contact UZ Marketing and say, I want 1,000 yard signs with only 500 stakes, because the price will drop dramatically if you only get 500 stakes. Now, why I tell you this is I'm gonna show you a video from my buddy Abel from Temecula Valley real quick, where he actually gave me 2 other ideas I never thought of. He got giant zip ties so that he can put them onto stop signs. And then he got grommets and a hole punch so he could poke holes in all 4 corners, zip tie them to fences or whatever you could find that you can put them onto. Now, I always talk about building the long PVC pipe stapler gun so you can put them really high up on telephone poles, and then of course staking them in the ground to the grass. Those are the two methods I always did. High up on telephone poles, stake on busy intersections. What I'm telling you now is with Abel's other two techniques that I just learned about, get those big zip ties, get some small zip ties, go to town. Those are 4 separate techniques of placing yard signs. Now, yard signs are the most effective, brute force way to start getting business. Put them high up on telephone poles that are not reachable. And you don't want to be the guy that takes down your competitor's signs, but to each their own, right? I see lots of people like they put their signs next to each other, but yeah, brute force, guys. I did this video here. It cost me $300 for those 100 yard signs and I made $8 grand. I did another 100 yard signs. I did like $3,500. So that 1 month was an anomaly. Got a big job. Actually, not always anomalies. Those happen quite often sometimes. Some months you'll make 8,000, some months you'll make 2,000, some months 3,000. $300 got me 3,500. That is a 11.6 return. The 1 month I did, I think it was 8,000, 26x return. It's in this video here. I forget exactly. It might've been 7,500, 8,500, but there is no better return than yard signs. The only downside is you got to put them fucking everywhere. I guess it also depends on how big your city is, but I'm going to suggest 333 yard signs a month minimum. If you are part-time, maybe that'll be too many phone calls for you. But if you aren't part-time and you're going hard at this, spend the next week putting up 500 yard signs that first month. Every telephone pole, every chain link fence, every busy intersection where you can stake them in. Obviously the staked in ones get removed the fastest, but you need to put these yard signs everywhere. If you're going to take this business serious, I strongly suggest just stocking up, because when you run out of those 100, it sucks because it takes 2 weeks to get the next batch, a week to 2 weeks. So stock up on as many as you can. This $2,000 to $3,000 investment will get you back at minimum 20 grand. I mean, more than that, because minimum every 100 yard signs, you'll probably make 2 grand. At minimum. Technique number 2 is, I talk about this in a lot of videos, gift baskets and going to 10 to 20 buildings per day. In order to go to these buildings, you gotta be branded, you gotta look good, you gotta look professional, you gotta have some charm, you gotta have some charisma, but do these in-person sales, guys. It sounds exhausting, but if you're not having jobs right now and you put out the 500 yard signs for the month, 10 to 20 buildings per day. Start with apartment complexes, nursing homes, real estate offices, storage units, and then you can work yourself to like the shopping centers that have trash cans in the back, and then working your way to those kind of places and just say, hey, if you need the trash in the back, what, here, I'll do it right now, whatever. And this goes into number 3, do not do this without a decal on your trailer. And not a little decal, not a magnet, wrap the whole trailer, okay? And if you're gonna wrap your truck, you gotta wrap your whole truck. Most likely you can't afford a wrap right now, but you can do what I did. Look at here, look at my trailer here and my trucks here. These are just large decals wrapped around, not an actual like wrap, but just giant lettering decals. That's a must. Most people skip this step and drive around with no branding. You are losing out on the business. The neighbors are nosy. They ask me so many questions all the time. One time I did a neighbor and the neighbor saw me, and then I immediately went across the street to him because he was like, hey, if you got room, just come do me right after. Gave him a price and I did him next. Number 4, door hangers. Do not go ham on door hangers. I had bad results with door hangers, time investment wise, as compared to yard signs, but door hangers are great after every job. 10 houses up, 10 houses down, 5 houses up, 5 houses down, whatever you're comfortable doing after each job and how much you want to walk up the street, but do at least 10 houses while you're there, or 10 apartment building, or 10 apartments if it was an apartment, and just leave door hangers. Now, if you brute force your way with massive amounts of yard signs, massive amounts of visiting commercial buildings, real estate offices and all that stuff, and the next small online stuff that we're gonna talk about for lead gen, you will hit 20K in your first 90 days. There's no secret to this. It was just the technique and the amount of volume. It's a numbers game at this point, and you're building this foundation too. You're talking to 10 to 20 people a day, commercial buildings, apartment complexes, yada, yada, yada. You're putting out yard signs, you're getting customers a call, and then when you go visit them and after you do the job, you give them a repeat referral flyer with a 10% off. And this is just the offline marketing. Step 2 of lead generation, we're gonna talk about online marketing. We obviously know we can't start running Google ads because Google ads is expensive and you need to know what you're doing. So we're just gonna skip Google ads for now. Long term, if you plan on taking over and you wanna run the business or you wanna run the show and you wanna be the top dog, you are gonna have to run Google ads. If you're going to continue to scale and grow and you need another continuous flow of leads, it's Google. But we're gonna skip that for now. We're gonna talk about Facebook. I talk about Facebook in a lot of my most recent videos, but I'm gonna put a link here where I talk about YouTube and Facebook. It's very simple. Find all your local community groups. Buy, sell, yard sale groups, local community groups in your area, real estate groups. Find every local group and join those groups. You're not gonna spam. You need to add 100 people every day. It'll take you 5 minutes. Start with the real estate group, add all the real estate people first, and you're gonna build up your friends list to 5,000 friends because that's the maximum capacity. You're gonna look professional, you're gonna have your trailer and you in front of your trailer as the cover image. You're gonna have a really nice new photo of the circle avatar photo, and you're gonna start posting content about you, your family, what you like to do, your camping. You post normal like you would once a week, a couple times a week, but in between you make a post about your business, and then one of those posts you're going to boost over and over and over and over. Eventually you run Facebook ads, campaigns, but a boosted post is a great way to start. You'll eventually grow your friends list to 5,000 people in your local community, and they're gonna hire you. Facebook is a very underutilized, very powerful tool. Everybody's sitting on Facebook and they might need junk removal. So Facebook is something you do every day. Number two, I was in a million population area. So with Craigslist, the services labor section in that million population area where I started, I posted 2 times a day, 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. There was tons of people posting the junk removal ads. So you need to post twice a day, every day. It's not gonna bring you a lot of business, but it's something. I stopped Craigslist when I got to LA, but I would have probably had to post 4, 5 times a day, every day to start stacking in the Craigslist results because so many people were posting like 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day in the Los Angeles Craigslist. So that would be $5 each post every day, 5 times a day. That's like $25 a day I would have been spending. So depending on your population, you might need to post once or twice or 3 times per day, but I recommend just doing Craigslist as well. Run that for a month or 2 and see how your returns are with Craigslist. On top of that, guys, SEO. I talk about YouTube SEO in the same video. I think I talked about Facebook here. You have to start your SEO from day one by having a good website with 100 pages. SEO, content, backlinks, citations, all that SEO stuff. I have a video on SEO here. You can go watch that video. Levi here is doing an entire build in public series so you can go learn SEO. This is not gonna get you to $20,000 per month, but I just didn't wanna leave it out because it's so important. If you plan on taking this business serious, this is just something you should be doing in the background. Also, scraping. This is in my course. If you wanna learn about scraping, scraping is another great way. You can scrape commercial complexes, apartment complexes. You can scrape thousands and thousands of leads and put them onto an email marketing campaign. It might not get you results right away, but it'll get you results within 90 days. Very powerful technique. I know that's not part of brute force, but it's something that you can do as another technique that's not gonna cost you a lot of money. With that being said, guys, that was step 2, lead generation. It was nothing crazy besides the scraping stuff, right? That stuff's crazy, very effective. But besides that, it's really brute forcing your offline techniques and then Facebook and Craigslist. But you have to go hard and you can get to 20K a month. Have your foundation, step 1, all the business setup stuff. Get all of that done, right? All that prep work, your uniforms, your website, Google business profile, be listed on Yelp, be listed on Nextdoor, get your credit card machine, all that stuff. Lead generation is where the magic happens. That's how you get the leads so that you can do the jobs. Step 3 is sales. Sales is important, no doubt about it. Being good on the phones, having charisma, having charm, knowing how to talk, knowing what you're selling, not confusing the customer, building rapport. But guys, it actually kind of bothers me. Like, people in the Facebook groups, they give away these sales materials and they talk about sales training and they act like they're giving away this very secret stuff. And I hate to break it to you, sales for trash, removing somebody's trash is not complicated. I don't want you to overthink sales. You just need to be a good person. All these people in the Facebook groups like selling, you gotta do your upsells and you're all, no. They're not upsells, they're overage charges. And you're charging because you need to charge for overage charges. You're not upselling or scamming the fucking customer. Make your pricing sheet right, don't be cheap, just charge the market price of what everybody else is charging. What everybody else is charging is what they're charging, and they've been in business for a few years, they're doing something right. Figure out your overage fees and make sure you charge for your overage fees. Extra long distance in annoying fucking elevator, extra stairs, overweight charge, extra labor if you're gonna be more time than intended for a full load. A full load includes 2 hours, a half load includes 1 hour. If it takes you longer, you charge $150 an hour for 2 guys or $100 an hour for 2 guys. It's not really upselling. Upselling is more of that gimmicky, scammy stuff in e-commerce where you get to the checkout page and they try to upsell you 7 other digital secrets ebook to building wealth. You're telling the customer, yo, your shit's heavier, your shit's farther, your shit has urine and feces, I have to charge you more. Those are just a part of the business. It's not upselling. With sales in general, guys, it's not hard to sell this. And maybe you're not good at sales, maybe you're not good at charm, maybe you're not good at being friendly and building conversation on the phone. Get good. practice. You need to just talk to the customer, guys. It's very important when you get this phone call, you don't go, yeah, it's full load price, 200. I guess I can come tomorrow. Come on, guys. Nobody wants to work with somebody like that. Hey, yeah, this is Andrew with Jedi Junk Removal. How can I help you? Well, you know, how it works with us is we charge based on volume, and, you know, our prices start at $100 and it kind of just goes up from there. I need to see it to really give you a price, but I'm not going to charge to come out. But I need to see a price, man. I need to make sure that I can afford it. You know, what's within my range. Can I send you some pictures? You know, I've done pictures before. I've always shot myself in the foot. I prefer not to because I'm always wrong. But what I'll tell you this is our full load truck price is $699. It's a big ass dump truck. You could fit a 2-bedroom apartment if you packed it right. And that's our full load price. You know, our minimum starts at 100. You're gonna be somewhere in that range. And if what you're telling me, that's all you have, you're gonna be on the lower side. You're gonna be on the medium side. But it's best to just come out, oh, okay, so yeah, you give them a range. You know, let them know what they're working with. And just be like, I just gotta see it, I'm not gonna charge you. It's not that hard to do sales like that, because that is the God honest truth. It is hard to give a price with photos and hearing it on the phone. You know, there's all kinds of variables, so it's always just best to just come out and take a look at it. They'll even combat you sometimes. No, it's really simple. It's just 2 items that's right in the front. It's just a couch, and then you go, okay, sir, I'll give you an estimate. You know, I don't like doing this because I'm wrong, but sounds like if it's just those 2 things, it's as easy as you says it is, it's probably gonna be around 100 to 300 bucks. I know that's a wide range, sir, but I really need to see it in person, because I've seen couches that are giant. I've seen sectionals that are, you know, that take up an entire fucking living room, and I've seen tiny little sectionals that I can lift with one hand. I don't know how much space it's gonna take, but like I said, I don't charge. So that's a rough overview of sales. It's just getting out there in person, telling them you need to see it in person, and that's it. But guys, being in sales, just be empathetic, be understanding, build rapport, have a conversation, be human, sound interested. Sales is not hard in this business. And I have tons of videos on this, guys. I have tons of phone call videos, tons of how to be a phone god. I'm very passionate about sales. You have to be good at sales. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is that this is not complicated sales. You're solving a problem they're calling you for. You are the problem solver. They need you. Don't forget that, but just be nice about it. If you have storage to resell the items, list it on Facebook Marketplace at the end of the day or the end of the week, do that. You will make a lot more extra money reselling. If you get scrap metal, find all the scrap locations where you can scrap. Figure out what you can scrap. Out here in LA, we can scrap appliances, and we don't even have to take out the Freon. Figure out the rules of your location. So you want to sort the piles, like the metal. Make sure, you know, put the metal in one area so that you can go drop off donations. Maybe you can donate stuff and save money, not have to take everything to the yard. As a brand new startup in this business, you can really get creative with maximizing the returns on every area of your business by donating and saving money on dump fees, by scrapping and earning money from scrap metal, and then by reselling and making money reselling. So those are 3 other avenues to making and saving money. Don't sleep on donate, scrap, and resell. Offer up in Facebook Marketplace. You can sell shit like crazy. And eBay, for the unique things that you get, you can list on eBay. The collectibles and the weird stuff. Put all this shit in your garage or somewhere that you want to put it until it sells off eBay. You can make a lot of extra money. I'm not gonna be your motivation guru or anything, but without step 5, guys, the hardest step, execution. How bad do you want this? If you want it bad, prove it to me. Get to work, tell me that you're gonna go do all this, post in the comments, Andrew, you know, I did all this, it worked, it didn't work. Come back to me with your results. I hope I helped out, and I'd love to see you guys succeed in this space. And if you have any questions, comment down below. I'm always here to help. And as always, I leave you guys with this. Success is often covered in dirt, but so was gold at one point. Toodles. Whoopsh. All right, guys, what I am gonna start doing is going through comments at the end of each video. I'm just gonna power through some of them. Real quick, before we dive into these comments, I notice a lot of people are leaving statements, not asking questions. This is a good time to ask questions, because at the end of every video from this point on, I'm going to go through 10, 20 comments and answer any questions you have. So you can look forward to the next video of me answering your questions. So please ask questions, guys. Anyways, let's dive into the comments. I'm gonna power through these very fast because I wanna try to get 10 or 20 comments per video. So let's dive in. Brick City Boy 440. I know just stumbled on something great here. Full-time hustle. Yes, this is a great hustle. You can make a ton of money. I'm not kidding. If you are willing to put in the work, like anything, this will be the easiest money you make. Now, that's not to say running a business is easy. Running a business is hard, very hard, but this will be the easiest money you make. 90-day challenge. The 90-day challenge, Maverick 45 iffy is out. Sean John, green, purple, blue bananas. If you guys want to know why people say some weird words, it's because halfway through the video I say something like purple banana, and to see if you're actually getting that far into the video. So I really appreciate it, guys. Motley Assortment 5512. Edward sounds professional. Great customer representative. Oh, Edward is awesome, and so was Brittany. Silverman 1119. You're a blessing. Oh, wait. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that so freaking much. It means a lot to me, guys, these comments, and yeah, you're a blessing as well for watching. Sonoma Strong to the moon. Louis Vandervalk says, boom. Doing a SWOT analysis goes a long way. This is one of the best things you can do for your success. Thank you for another great video. Doing a SWOT analysis goes a long way. Yes, Sherry, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Absolutely. Thank you for your comment. That's awesome. JC Chapman 3880. I see you often in the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm getting a lot of people requesting the credit video. I will show you guys. I have increased my credit by 200 points. I'm not freaking kidding. Can't wait to show the sellable asset. I'm getting this one a lot. Chris Locke 59.95. Thank you so much. I'm going to be doing the credit and sellable asset video very soon because you guys seem like you really like that stuff. So I'm going to do that. This video deserves 1 million views easily. Funny thing is, I'm in your Facebook group. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man. I wish this got 1 million views. Thank you for commenting. Another person wants the credit video. Guys, I'm still mind blown to this day because I've gone through so many credit people and wasted money. I've done 3 or 4 guys and I spent $5,000 on one of them, a couple thousand on another one of them, thousands of dollars. More videos, please. Maverick 45 iffy says, more videos, please. You got it. I got tons of videos in the pipeline, guys. Alpha Nate says, purple banana, purple banana. Thank you so much. That means you watched halfway through. Great videos always. For those who think it's a good idea to start a junk removal business with their family member, don't. It will ruin your relationship, and being profitable is much harder now. 50-50 junk removal is great, but lots of expenditures, Andrew stated. I absolutely agree. If you want to attempt it, you know, some people have luck. I mean, it's not to say you can't succeed with a family member or a business partner. I have a business partner. It's just very hard when it's family or friends because one of you starts like becoming a boss, more of the boss, the CEO. It's very complicated. So I agree with that one. Lord Reddit 4288, another credit request. You guys got it. I'm going to do the credit video soon. Alan GRRBS, great video. Purple banana. Thank you so much for saying purple banana. It means you're halfway through. Keep watching, man. You got it. Thank you so much. Leland Cantrell 1287, 90-day challenge. The 90-day challenge video is out. Go watch it. What's a tracking number? He also asks. A tracking number is where you set up a separate phone number that redirects to your main number, and that separate phone number is specifically so you can track phone calls coming to that specific number. So imagine you had one number on shirts, business cards, yard signs. Those calls you would know are coming for that number only. So you know how many calls from yard signs, how many calls from your t-shirts, how many calls from your business cards. A great way to track. Anyways, guys, I will go through the rest of these comments for the next video. So thank you so much. And as always, toodles. I also started a Discord channel, guys, where you can reach me 24/7. It's a real-time chat application where you can access me. You can talk to me anytime, ask any questions. I live in my Discord channel. There's over 2,000 like-minded people in this Discord channel that you can talk to who are started the junk removal business or they're doing really good in the junk removal business. And most importantly, you guys can actually DM me, direct message me in my Discord channel. So if you guys want access to me, you want to talk to me, it's completely free. Check the video description down below to join my Discord channel. But also, I want you guys to know I have a private community where you can get access to all of my resources, my pricing sheet, check-in, check-out sheet, daily P&L that I just previously did a video on, employee handbook, the software and services that I use, job interview questions, my Craigslist ad posting, 27 company recordings of other junk removal companies and their sales pitch, and then 100 call recordings of my agents. The list goes on and on. This is a free private community, guys. The link is in the video description down below, or it's school.com/junklaunch. We have to talk about the course really quick. I'm not going to try to sales pitch it too hard, but I want you guys to know I put a lot of work into the course. If you guys need an A to Z guide that covers everything from the legal structure to setting up to hiring employees, setting up call center, running your own ads, all of the marketing. I mean, I go over everything in this course, but here's the crazy fucking kicker right here is you get access to me. You can book as many phone calls as you want throughout the year with me. You can text me, and my course is at extremely low price. I've been running a discount for a while, so if you guys are serious about starting a junk removal business and you want access to me, where you can book phone calls, literally deep dive on any topic you want, and you get 20 hours of content, you get access to everything, check out junklaunchbyjedi.com. There's gonna be more information in the video description below and at the end of the video if you guys are interested in my course. Let's talk about Autopilot. If you are a follower of mine or a subscriber of mine, you know that I've been working on software for a few months now. My software is currently in beta testing. We let 10 people in. If you were not one of those lucky 10 people, please just comment down below or actually go to the website here, autopilotapp.io, apply for beta. We're gonna be letting in another 90 people in the next few weeks. If you don't know what Autopilot is, I am building software, a FSM, field service management tool, alongside with a CRM, customer relationship management tool, kind of merging the two together to give you the best software to run your home services business. We are tailoring towards junk removal companies first, and I am trying to build the best software in the world. If you want to learn more about the software, please just comment down below or go check out the website and hit apply for beta. And yeah, that is Autopilot. Let's tell you my story real quick. I've always been a software engineer my entire life. I started programming when I was 10 years old, but I started with HTML on AOL 3.0, and they would teach you basic HTML tags. So I was learning this shit at 10 or 11 years old. Then I just slowly progressed and started building more websites, learning PHP, learning databases like MySQL and all that stuff. The last app that I was working on was a travel app. I raised $150,000 from investors, and that was actually right before COVID hit. It was a travel app meant to travel with friends across the world, the globe, and they didn't even want you to hang out with your family. I kept telling the investors, it's gotta go away someday. I have the app semi-ready to go. You know, we wanted to start doing beta testing, but nobody wanted to fly, let alone pay for this new experimental travel app that I was trying to show to the world. Me and my lady had our second kid, newborn, and we're burning down to our last few $1,000s. And it's getting to a point where I'm like, we need money now. So one of my friends I was talking to, and he's like, dude, I used to do junk removal. I looked into it, I Googled it, I found Sonoma Strong, $1,000 a day, Steve Conroy, $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, and I was like, $1,000 a day. Started with Thumbtack, started with Craigslist, got to Google Ads probably by month one or like the end of month one, month two, I think. Went from 200 a day to 500 a day to 1,000 a day. From there, it's just been incredible. This is a great industry. If you're stuck and you need to figure out how to make some extra money, you can grow this into a very profitable business. You can do very well for yourself. I'm doing very well for myself. It takes a lot of work outside of the labor part, the marketing part, the hiring part. Everything is hard. It has potential. It is a very easy-ish, predictable path to make money. The service industry is so much easier to get into because it requires just your time, and everybody's gonna need this service, okay? You trade your time for money. It doesn't matter if it's landscaping, moving, junk removal. There are so many home services that you can get into that don't require a skill. People need this home service. So getting into the services business is a very safe, predictable, slow growth path, but very doable. That is the beautiful thing about junk removal. So guys, if you want to check out the course and you want your A to Z on how to build a junk removal business, check it out in the link below.